Hi, it's me again with CorelDRAW Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me these skeleton keys and asked how to clean them up and actually how to make them more symmetrical. And this is a good lesson right here. I've got a yellow background. We're going to go to Bitmap and resample them and look at the sample, and it's only 72 dots per inch. I'm going to show you that sometimes it's better off not to change it to higher DPI. So on this one is 72. We're going to change this one. We're going to go to resample, and we're going to change it to 300. Now we're going to take this one. It's black and white, so we don't have to convert it to a bitmap. We're going to go to Trace, Outline Trace, Clip Art, and it did it that quick. And if we look, and if we left click, right click, we've got a pretty clean image. Good hairlines. Now, remember that we resampled this one. Let's go to Trace, Bitmap, Outline Trace, Clip Art. It's going to take just a little bit longer because it's having to do a little bit more work. But now let's move it over and left click, right click, and look at the difference. We've got a bunch of double lines. Matter of fact, triple lines. So that's going to give you a problem. So a lot of times, if there's a little bit of mistake there, and we might even have a double line. Let's go here and go to Object, Group, and Ungroup. And let's get off the yellow and click, and that's just a little double line, but that doesn't really matter. Let's go to Object, Break Curve Apart, and get rid of that little bit of a hiccup there. See, there's double line still there and only one line there. But that doesn't really matter for what we're going to do. You can see there were double lines there. A lot of times if you're going to use that, you can set your nudge distance on something a little, well, it's on 5 inches. Let's move this out of the way, and then we can grab these bits and pieces and just delete them, go to here and just move them back. But we're really not even going to use those. We're going to completely kind of redraw this, and you could spend a lot of time doing this, trying to recreate that perfectly. But if you look at it as 3 circles, so we're just going to take the control key and hold down and make a circle, and that's good enough. Control D and make a duplicate. Move it over here. Hold down the shift key and it will grow from the outside. I'm going to hit the plus key this time so I won't have it move when I duplicate it. And for the video, let's say that's good enough. Now, let's take our 3 circles and let's change our nudge distance to about 3 inches. And we're going to take our circles and nudge them over. Now all we need to do is really connect those 3. So we're going to do it with rectangles. And I'm just going to draw a rectangle there. And to make the rectangle the same on both of them, I'm going to go to Object and convert it to a curve. I'm going to grab my shape tool. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Grab all these, right click and convert it to a curve. Add a node. So I'm going to go right here and add nodes, and it added a node in the middle. And I'm just going to have them both selected. Click off of it, grab that one, and just bring that one in a little bit. Now, if you wanted them perfect, I'm even going to bring these out a little bit. If you want them equal, then we can Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it. Take our virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. Matter of fact, we could go ahead and delete the circle lines, but I'm not going to in this case. Now we've kind of created a bow tie. And we're going to, let's see what our nudge factor is again, 3 inches. We're going to nudge that out of the way, 3 inches. We're going to go ahead and, I want to move our circle. I'm going to grab those and nudge them out of the way 3 inches. A little bit far, but that's fine. Now to get rid of some of these double lines, we're just going to use a Smart Fill tool. Now I'm going to nudge that back. Now we have an even. I'm going to left click, right click, taking away the fill. Now we have a pretty symmetrical bow tie type deal. Control D and make a duplicate. And we're going to bring this one down here and rotate it similar to the other one. maybe move it up just a hair. Change your nudge factor to 0.01 so you can nudge it up a little bit and get it like that. Now I'm going to take the virtual segment delete key and I'm just going to delete through there. I can't as easily from that direction. Now we're going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill this in. And I just realized I did the wrong one. I needed to put the bow tie on the other one. But that's easily fixed. Rotate them around. Rotate it around. A lot of times if you don't hit that X, you'll get the shape tool. Now we still got our nudge factor set on pretty low. They look pretty much the same, so we're going to take a virtual segment delete key. I call it delete key. It's not really a key, it's the delete tool. Now take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. Get rid of this for a second. Now, if you remember, we nudged it over 3 inches, so let's put it back to 3 inches. And we're going to nudge it right back. We're going to left click and right click. Now we've got that part of it done. And I'm going to keep my video short, so I'm going to make a second video on how to clean up the rest and make it all look symmetrical. Let me change my nudge factor real quick here. So there'll be a part 2 to this to kind of clean that up. I'm just nudging it up with the arrow keys. A couple people have asked recently how I'm moving this stuff. Well, I'm using the arrow key. So stay tuned to part 2 and we'll clean the rest of this up. Hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.